So as we all know, Ryan Garcia will be fighting this May in Ring Magazine's first event hosted by Turki Al-Sheh in New York. Now there's been a lot of talk surrounding Ryan's opponent. At first it was the Devin Haney rematch, then it was Teofimo Lopez, Isaac Cruz, and Isaac Cruz was the selected opponent, but unfortunately he pulled out due to already having a fight lined up and he didn't want Ryan to kind of distract him. But the full card has just been announced with Ryan Garcia versus Romero headlining, followed by Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez as the co-main. But Ryan Garcia versus Rolly, just like Ryan and Devin, these guys also have history. They used to have sparring sessions back when, I think when Ryan trained at Mayweather Gym when he was like 16. So you got to take into account this was a long time ago. Now obviously a major difference in sparring and professional fighting. You know, you got the headgear, 16-ounce gloves on, switch that out for no headgear, 8-ounce gloves. We saw against Devin Haney, Ryan had never dropped Haney in the amateurs, or at least given him that bad of a beating. Look at when they fought as professionals, Haney got dropped 3 to 4 times, and the risk of getting hit with that same shot wouldn't be the same as if you were in the amateurs with the protection of the headgear. Now I'm gonna be honest, I had never really watched Rolly fight outside of the ones with Tank and Cruz, which he lost, so I decided to take the time to look back at the midpoint of his career, back when he was confident on a winning streak. Didn't take much damage because obviously now, you know, he's been knocked out twice, knocked down 4 times. That's gonna be a big factor going into the Ryan fight. And when looking back at his fights, you know, I was expecting a lot more from what I saw because, you know, him and Tank, that was massive. Like, it was being talked about everywhere. So I was under the impression Rolly was this crazy, impressive boxer that was actually gonna give Tank a run for his money. But nah, I mean, I watched his fight versus Anthony Yiggett, just completely defenseless. I mean, the footwork was sloppy. It looked as if he was drunk. I will give him credit though, he is a dog. Like, when he's in the pocket exchanging, going blow for blow, he typically comes out with the most success. But I do think that contributes to the level of opposition, because you watch him versus Tank, way more on the defense. You know, he's usually a very offensive fighter. And, you know, at some points he did make it a pretty hard fight for Tank, but obviously when he tried to go for the kill and engage, he got knocked out. But I'm pretty sure coming out of that fight, I had seen an interview where Tank had actually said Rolly was the hardest puncher he had ever faced. And you know, when looking at Ryan, defense isn't his greatest attribute. Campbell, he was never known as a power puncher and he dropped Ryan. And Ryan sometimes getting too impatient, like we saw in the Tank fight. Second round, he just rushed at him and started throwing spurts of combinations. Ended up paying the price for it. I believe this fight's gonna be at 147, as Devin has come out and said he's moving on from 140. I'd imagine Ryan's gonna do the same thing, because I mean, he never really made 140. Like, he was just fighting at catch weights. But that's a pretty big jump for Rolly. He had just moved up to 140 about a year ago, and not even having that much success within that division, going up a whole other weight class, I think is a pretty bad idea. I mean, even with Ryan, you know, he's known for speed. The bigger he gets, the slower he's gonna become. Because again, Ryan skill-wise isn't the most talented. His speed is what contributes to his power. So with that gone, it kind of leaves him as an average fighter. I know it's early, so I'm gonna avoid making a prediction now, but from looking at Rolly's last couple performances, you know, I mean, even against Barroso, 41 years old, dropped Rolly, completely outclassed him. I mean, it was a terrible call by the ref because he would have actually went on to win that fight. On top of all the damage Rolly's accumulated over the years, I just don't think it's gonna help him. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know your thoughts on this fight below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.